Hello guys, it's me Zain, and today I have 3 experiments for you. You know guys, it's summertime, and you know what I like to do in the summertime? I just like to go out in the garden, look around and up stuff. And that's what I did. And the bonus for today. With my dance group we did a really cool, at least I think it is cool, dance clip video. It's actually a cover video and I think it turned out really cool. So here's the link. Check it out if you want to be amazed. I'm really against mounds because I don't like to water them every day. So I did 2 mounds recently because I like when my plants are suffering. The usual, I go out, I look around my plants, and I observe them, what to do with them, who needs a repot, who needs something else, a treatment, whatever. My sight went to my big Hoya, which I repotted like a year ago or something like that. I'm not sure about that, but it's a huge Hoya carnosa and it's actually growing on 3 stakes, bamboo stakes, 3 huge bamboo stakes, and it's just going around. And when I was repotting that plant, like a few branches and leaves fell off. I just plugged them in the soil of the actual plant because I have no heart to throw them out. So I kept them there, and some of them are dead right now and some of them are still alive in the pot. And I actually had like 4 or 5 leaves which fell off from the plant. I plucked those in the soil as well. Well, guess what? That's a propagation method for Hoyas as well. I think I had 5 leaves and 2 of them survived. And now I went there, I looked into the pot of my Hoya and I saw these 2 leaves which were half buried and they were just there, and I thought, Hoyas are epiphytes. Let's mount those bitches. So that's what I did. I had 2 these bark pieces leftovers from my past mounts, and I had some leftover from a, what is that? Not a floral wire, but that string, fishing line, whatever. But it's extremely thin, so it was a challenge. I used that, and also I have this very shitty quality sphagnum moss which has a whole cut down forest in it. And also I found a living sphagnum moss piece, so I might propagate it somehow, I'm not sure about that. I did not mount an orchid, but I mounted an epiphytic Hoya plant because I wanted to. So this is experiment number 1, and yes, I know, this looks like a cute animal with 2 ears, and I think this is extremely cute, but you know, I just did a mount. Here is my cork piece, and on the cork piece I laid a layer of sphagnum moss at first, and on the layer of sphagnum moss I placed these 2 leaves. On top of the leaves there is another layer of sphagnum moss. I think it's a generous layer because these were in the ground and I want constant moisture for them to be available when they are these cuttings. So after that I just went around with this hardly visible fishing line, and I will try to show you this fishing line, but it's ridiculous. It's like spiderweb, I tell you. Okay, so these are the fishing line pieces. You can see how thin this is. This is extremely thin and it's extremely hard to work with it, but you know, you cannot see it, so it's a success. And I had a leftover from it because I did not use it in the past, because with heavier orchids I just could not use it. But right now these weren't that heavy, so I used this fishing line with this mount. So this is experiment number 1, a mounted, or actually 2 mounted Hoya propagated leaves. Actually these leaves were propagated as I just plugged them into the soil and they started to root down. So right now they have roots, but I'm a pretty much Hoya noob and I don't know how these will grow out. I think from the base of the leaf there's gonna be a vine growing up and this is how they will live after that. But right now both of these leaves have only roots. Maybe these will die, maybe not. I don't know anything about them, I just had a crazy idea and I did it. Like, no regrets. I won't be sad if these die. So yeah, this is experiment number 1, Hoya mount. I'm just waiting for them to survive, and that's that. Maybe these will take a long time to actually grow a vine, or anything basically, since there is that Hoya curry plant which is sold as these leaf propagated, only leaves, because the leaves are heart-shaped and you know, it's a typical Valentine's Day gift. So those actually grow out after a long time, as I heard that. So maybe these will take a lot of, I don't know, months or years for me to grow out. Anyways, this bitch wanted to experiment. So this bitch experimented. Here we go, experiment number 1. As I was there with the epiphytic plants and the mounds, I started to look around if I have any other epiphytic plant in my collection, you know, besides orchids, because, you know, orchids are, that's a whole lot another topic. And I was searching for epiphytic plants, and, you know, there is my Rhipsolidopsis casuta. In my mind, there, somewhere in the back, there was this idea that I think it might be an epiphytic bitch. I'm still not sure, but here we go. I had these leaves or green sticks growing on it, and these green sticks had roots on them. And in my mind, stick with roots transfers into a stick which can be propagated because it has roots. I did the same basically. There is my big hanging Rhipsolidopsis casuta, and I just snapped 2 twigs or these sticks from it which had roots and placed them on a mound. And basically I did the same with these as I did with my Hoya plant. Here is this bark piece. I laid a layer of sphagnum moss on it, then the sticks, then another layer of sphagnum moss, and just going around with fishing line. And that was all which I did, and then I watered both of these. So right now this is looking like this. These green tiny sticks are sticking out from this mound. Well, it's not majestic, it's not adorable, it's not fabulous, and it's not amazing, but it's something. And I wanted to experiment, so here we go. We'll see if it will survive or not. I'm just having fun with these experiments here. I'm not like overly stressed about them or anything, because this plant is huge. The plant, the mother plant from which I took these cuttings, it's super huge, so I'm not worried that it will die or something. I just took these and put them in a mound. And that's that. And I hope I will keep up with the watering of them. But since Zane is not thinking when Zane transfers into experiment mode, you know, I wasn't thinking, I was just doing. So the thing is, 2 weeks from now, I'm going away on a 2-week vacation. And I just made 2 mounds which need daily watering. So that might be not the ideal situation right now, but I always do something with my mounds when I go away, so you know, something will happen. And my 3rd experiment, I'm sure that it's gonna be a success, but still it's an experiment, since there was my mother's birthday and she got a ton of plants. And when she gets plants, you know, they are blooming, they are nice, and when they are wilting and stuff, she just brings them to me and we are cool. So yeah, and that was the case right now as well. And she got a, well, it was a small basket full of plants with, there was the fir, no, there was moss sheets on it and some ivy and bromeliad, I think, and maybe some succulents as well, I'm not sure. And wow, I laid my eyes on that bromeliad and I thought, let's transform this garden into a magical jungle tropical garden shit. So when these flowers started to wilt, I took out the bromeliad from that I don't know, situation. I just cleaned it, I cut off all the roots because, you know, bromeliads don't really need those roots, they are just anchoring the plant, because the watering actually happens like in the between the leaves, because that's where you have to pour the water. I like to mount bromeliads on woods and stuff like that, so that's what I did. Take this bromeliad and I just mounted it on a tree outside, but I did it so I can take it down in the winter time. So it's gonna be a bromeliad which is outside in the summertime but inside in the winter time, so it brings this magical, beautiful jungle look to my garden in the summertime, but in the winter time I can bring it back inside and it won't die for me and it will live happily ever after, hopefully. I just wanted to show you these experiments because, you know, this is what my channel is about, stupid shit with plants. So this is my video for today and I hope you liked it. If you liked it, click on the like button. If you disliked it, you're a fan of this, aka peasant. If you have any thoughts about these experiments, leave a comment down in my Know It All section. Also, you can subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my other channel. You can follow me on Instagram. See you next time. Bye guys.